This is hard right here. This is difficult.
It's hard on Levi.
Because you defiling the holy.
Right.
It's major. Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying the responsibility on Levi was astounding. He had to be a light to all other brothers. The nations, to all men. If you want the truth, you got to come through us. And they sold their office. That's what they did.
And so again, I have to go back to my thought.
They fornicated their office.
Right. I have to go back to my my statement. He was going to have all the light come through flesh.
Levi was going to be that light on earth.
He could never be that light. Don't you I mean, we know he could never be that light, right? And that's why we know that it was Yeshua that was speaking to him in the first place.
Exactly. That true light had to be Christ.
Yeah.
Christ is the light of the world, right? He is the light. You can't defile him.
And he knew he was coming. That's why he said Judah. He talked about Judah too.
Right. But those brothers, Levi was a shadow of Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a representation, but it was also a representation for us to understand that without Yeshua, you know, whatever we put our hands to try to represent and to be holy or touch as holy crumbles unto destruction. It's filthy, which is another reason why look how he looked and said that you have no perception. You know, all of this is in Levi. You have no perception. Even the abyss, which is a dark hole, trembles. But look at y'all. You have no perception. And then we walk into Levi. They share that with Levi. And it's shared for a reason. Look how we gave it and gave this to you. But you being used an example. And you defiled it so horribly. Because you guys don't have a clue.
No clue.
So, and now I have... Okay, so
yeah, you at verse 16.
Yep, and now I have learned that for 70 weeks ye shall go astray, and profane the priesthood, and pollute the sacrifices, and you shall make void the law, and set a nothing the words of the prophets by evil perverseness. And ye shall persecute righteous men, and hate the godly. The words of the faithful shall you abhor. And a man who reneweth the law in the power of the Most High, ye shall call a deceiver.
Wait a minute. That's a prophecy. What? A man who what?
A man, and a man who reneweth the law in the power of the Most High, you shall call a deceiver. And
so I'm walking in the power of the Most High. I'm renewing the law by following the law, keeping the commandments.
Right.
You calling me a deceiver?
That's right. It's happening right now today.
Right now.
That's all the way up here to where we are now. And at last ye shall rush upon him to slay him, not knowing his dignity, taking innocent blood through wickedness upon your heads, and your holy places shall be laid waste, even to the ground because of him, and ye shall have no place that is clean, but ye shall be among the Gentiles a curse and a dispersion until he shall again visit you, and in pity shall receive you through faith and water.
Through what?
Faith and water.
Faith and water.
Baptism. And whereas ye have heard concerning, it's so many different references to Yeshua in here. And whereas you have heard concerning the 70 weeks, here also concerning the priesthood. For in each jubilee there shall be a priesthood. And in the first jubilee, the first who is anointed to the priesthood shall be great, and shall speak to the Most High as to a father, and his priesthood shall be perfect with the Most High, and in the day of his gladness shall he arise for the salvation of the world.
Right. That person is the high priest, right? Christ is our high priest.
He's our high priest.
He's the one that talks to the Father because he is the Son. But this Levite, these offices is a shadow of Christ.
That's right, and that's why they're going through it so meticulously, because you defiled it, but he's coming back to reclaim it. So that is like almost like they have to be sitting together for you to really see the difference. But see, it seems as though these things were shown to him. This is what you'll do, but he'll have to restore it. This is what you'll do, and it needs to be that way, but he'll have to restore it because your filthiness touched it. And his priesthood shall be perfect with the Most High, and in the day of his gladness shall he arise for the salvation of the world. In the second jubilee, he that is anointed shall be conceived, in the sorrow of beloved ones, and his priesthood shall be honored and shall be glorified by all. And the third priest shall be taken hold of by sorrow, and the fourth shall be in pain, because unrighteousness shall gather itself against him exceedingly. And all Israel shall hate each one his neighbor. The fifth shall be taken hold of by darkness, likewise also the sixth and the seventh. And in the seventh shall be such pollution as I cannot express before men, for they shall know it who do these things. Therefore shall they be taken captive and become a prey, and their land and their substance shall be destroyed. And in the fifth week they shall return to their desolate country, and shall renew the house of the Most High. And in the seventh week shall become priests, who are idolaters, adulterers, lovers of money, proud, lawless, lasciviousness, abusers of children and beasts. And after their punishment shall have come from the Most High, the priesthood shall fail. That's Catholic. Then shall the Most High raise up a new priest.
A new priest, okay.
And to him all the words of the Most High shall be revealed, and he shall execute a righteous judgment upon the earth for a multitude of days. And his star shall arise in heaven as of a king, lightening up the light of knowledge as the sun the day. And he shall be magnified in the world. He shall shine forth as the sun on the earth, and shall remove all darkness from under heaven, and there shall be peace in all the earth. The heavens shall exult in his days, and the earth shall be glad, and the clouds shall rejoice, and the knowledge of the Lord shall be poured forth upon the earth as the water of the seas, and the angels of the glory of the presence of the Most High shall be glad in him. The heavens shall be open, and from the temple of glory shall come upon him sanctification with the Father's voice, as from Abraham to Isaac. And the glory to the Most High shall be uttered over him, and the spirit of understanding and sanctification shall rest upon him.
Who is this prophet?
Who else could it be?
Who is this?
Yeshaya in
now,
the
it's
water.
Not hard
well,
to
here's
understand.
the thing. You got to get it. And the spirit of understanding and sanctification shall rest upon him in the water.
In the water.
And out of it, too.
Look. Verse 7 said it. Say it. Read 7.
I just see it. And the glory of the Most High shall be uttered over him.
The glory of the Most High
Behold,
shall be uttered over him. What happened when Christ came out of the water?
And and the spirit of understanding and sanctification shall rest upon him in the water. When he came up, this is my son in whom I am well pleased. And we know it because it says with the Father's voice as from Abraham to Isaac. That's his voice. And the glory was shown that he had in him as he uttered it over him, and it was stated just like it's in scripture. For he shall, verse 8, and for he shall give the majesty of the Lord to his sons in truth forevermore. And there shall none succeed him for all generations forever. And
so after Christ, there is no other priest. He is the priest. The scriptures, this is what it's telling Levi. After him, there is no other priest. Ain't nobody going to succeed him. That's it.
And in his priesthood, succeed him. No one will succeed him for all generations forever. And in his priesthood, the Gentiles shall be multiplied in knowledge upon the earth.
Now, the Gentiles shall be multiplied in knowledge upon the earth in his priesthood. Okay.
And we have to refer back that these Gentiles are also speaking of those who come from the nations.
Right.
Because you're called Gentiles because you turned away from his ways.
Right.
And so even though our bloodline and we will turn and be gathered back, a lot of times when he's referring to Gentiles is how they're seen now. They're not of the nations yet. They're mixed because they mix with other people.
Exactly. Well, that's how the Most High is going to see. If you're not being obedient, walking in his ways and his will, you're not considered in the house of the household of faith. So he's going to look at you like you are a Gentile.
That's where people are getting confused.
Exactly.
How was they? Well, he talking about Gentiles, and see, because they gave you a false presence or a false definition of it when they colonized you in the Roman Catholic, because that's what most of everything is derived derived out of the Roman Catholic anyway, whether it be Seventh Day Adventist or all the Jehovah's Witnesses, all of y'all really coming out of the Catholic.
Roman Catholicism. And then the Baptist Church, that's Roman Catholic, AMEs, all of that.
Because that's why your cathedrals have the Catholic replicas on it, because they grandfathered you into that, and you have the popery, you have the bishops, all that came out of Catholic, and so in his priesthood the Gentiles shall be multiplied in knowledge upon the earth, and enlightened through the grace of the Most High. In his priesthood shall sin come to an end. And the lawless shall cease to do evil, and the just shall rest in him, and he shall open the gates of paradise, and
thank you, Christ. Thank you, Yeshua.
And shall remove the threatening sword against Adam.
Now, this is being shown to Levi. The Most High has two angels guarding paradise, the Garden of Eden, right? Christ is going to open up the gates and take the swords away from those angels.
Because they guarded against the tree of life.
They're protecting that garden against Adam.
Yeah.
Right? And Christ has the authority to say, you know what, give me them swords, put them down, let my people in.
Yeah. It's a threatening sword against Adam, and he shall give to the saints to eat from the tree of life.
That's Revelation. Yeah. This is shown to Levi. That's Revelation.
In the beginning. And that's what he was supposed to be, getting, and y'all just...
Brothers and sisters, why does that have to be fulfilled? Because when Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, if they would have ate from the tree of life, they would be immortal on the planet.
And so that would have been evil.
Yep. Forever. We're going to live forever. We're going to eat from the tree of life.
As it should be. But not until not until, and an enlightened through the grace of the Most High in his priesthood shall sin come to an end. That's why right after that we see the lawless shall cease to do evil and shall open the gates of paradise. That's when it's going to be open, when it's secure that sin has ended and there will be no more lawlessness.
That's correct.
And now we can tap into, which confirms what you're saying as to why they were guarding against it in the first place. And now we can have you live forever. Because you will be no sin before the Most High. Because again, as the angel said, polar man has no perception of
of what's going on.
And okay, so where are we?
Read verse 10 again.
Okay. And he shall open the gates of paradise and shall remove the threatening sword against Adam. And he shall give to the saints to eat from the tree of life. And the spirit of holiness shall be on them. And Belair, or Satan, shall be bound by him. And he shall give power to his children to tread upon the evil spirits. And the Most High shall rejoice in his children, and be well pleased in his beloved ones forever. Then shall Abraham and Isaac and Jacob exalt, and I will be glad, and all the saints shall clothe themselves with joy. And now, my children, you have heard all. Choose therefore for yourselves either the light or the darkness, either the law of the Most High of the works, or of the works of Belair or Satan.
What you say, Prophet? There's a choice here. There's light or darkness. There's the law or the works.
They said the law of the Most High. So if you rejecting the law of the Most High, what you choosing? You're choosing something if you reject something. If it's
not the law of the Most High,
then you're choosing the works of the Belair, it says here, or Satan. And his sons answered him, saying, before the Most High we will walk according to his law. And their father said unto them, the Most High is witness, and his angels are witnesses, and ye are witnesses, and I am witness concerning the word of your mouth. And his sons said unto him, we are witnesses. And thus Levi ceased commanding his sons, and he stretched out his feet on the bed, and was gathered to his fathers after he had lived 137 years. And they laid him in a coffin, and afterwards they buried him in Hebron with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
All praise to the Most High.
That was the last thing he had to do, and then he died. And he knew that. He was in good health.
Right.
At the beginning, they never said it. Other ones, they were sick.
Right.
And they or sick or
right.
Knew
At
they
the
were
point
approaching. He was in good health, but he knew what his purpose was.
Right.
And that he had come to the end of his purpose, and so he needed to share all that with them. Then he just let on down, stretched out his feet, and died.
Profound. That is a blessing to go in your sleep, to go to sleep. He closed his eyes and went to sleep.
He stretched out his feet on the bed and was